So I made a video on how I changed the filters on the smaller Afidano unit that I have, and a lot of questions arose. And I wanted to make a short video because there's a lot of Easter eggs or things that are hidden in the unit, and there's no really a description or manual online. And I've been talking to their engineers over in China because I had some issues on the larger unit. And so here are a couple of things that I wasn't going to pass on. Now, I'm not affiliated with Afidano. I'm not an engineer. This is just stuff that I kind of like picked up, and I wanted to share what I have found. So first off, when you have the unit and you have the numbers that you have, and I put them on 70/70, just I wanted to be, as clean cut as possible, is that this is the temperature that you set, and this is the temperature that it shows that it currently is measuring. And then you have the humidity, relative humidity, and then the temperature. And so basically this is the computer system inside taking the average and managing, because the temperature and everything fluctuates. Now, if you push the plus and minus sign on the RH, this is the actual inside temperature and the actual inside humidity. So you hold it for about 3 seconds, the light bulb starts blinking, and this is what really truly the hygrometer inside is measuring. So then you hit this again for 3 seconds, and you have your scale. Now, there is a whole background system which I wasn't aware of for temperatures, different settings. There's also like for the fingerprint settings, those kind of things. How do you access those? That's a little bit more complicated. So what you want to do is you want to unplug your unit. Right? It's unplugged. And you're going to wait for, 5-10 seconds or whatever. You plug it back in, and then you go and you push the, whoops, oh, I scheduled, sorry. Oh, I screwed up. You hit the Wi-Fi sign 3 times, the light sign 2 times. So you unplug, plug it back in, you hit the Wi-Fi sign 3 times, you hit the light bulb sign 2 signs, and then you have a whole menu, which with the light bulb, you can change the menu settings. The first ones are for the fingerprints. Then you get to D. D1 through D7 is actually temperature settings that are in the background where you can adjust and you can calibrate your unit. This small unit is working perfectly for me, so I have everything at 0. Right? Now, before you start playing around with this, I ask you to be very careful, because I did a couple of times where I set the for example, like the temperature, I thought it was off like by 2 degrees, and I changed the temperature +2, and all of a sudden like my temperature dropped to like 59. So it's really crazy. I recommend highly that you reach out to Afidano when you have issues, when you don't have or show the temperature, you need some calibration. Definitely check it out. And yeah, there's a whole nother set to those things. I will give a short screen print of a diagram that a gentleman did online as far as like what these settings mean, and I'm going to put this in the end of this short little video. I know it's a little confusing. I'm not a superstar of making videos. This is just a couple of ideas. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I might be able to guide you a little bit. Again, I'm not the technician. I'm not not affiliated with them, but I've been playing around with stuff for so long that I have really put this into perspective, and I have now the the temperatures and the humidity that I really want in my unit. I run in between 66, 65 on RH, temperature between 67 and 69, and that is basically it. Now let's get to the diagram. So you can pause this, but basically what you have is you have your, I'm going to go over this here in a little bit so you can read this, and this will give you an idea of what to change and what to do. So this is your ambient temperature and how you can actually adjust based on the ambient temperature and which you want to change, like D4 or D5 or A2 if you want to change the temperature, just so you can calibrate your hygrometer that's in the system, because I'm in the high desert and my big unit was completely off. So I'm going to show you the big unit just to get an idea. So the big unit right now I have set at 67 and 69, so 67 RH, but if I hit the plus minus sign, this is what actually is showing right now. And this, don't freak out, because what usually happens, it keeps going up and down. So it's going to be 75 and then it goes down to 65, because this unit is working constantly. It's just keeping it so. But I have an average of 60, 66, 67. That's basically it. So I hope this helps. If there's any questions, and yeah, have fun.